Back to life, back to reality. Check, mate. 9th of April, I need you to take a reality check and actually wake up.
Oh, wow.
Okay? Yeah. Stand up.
Right.
Now sit back down.
Okay.
Thank you. From the very beginning, make it your practice to say to every harsh impression, you are an impression, not at all what you appear to be. Next, examine and test it by the rules you possess. The first and greatest of which is this: whether it belongs to the things in our control or not in our control, and if the latter, be prepared to respond, it is nothing to me. You mean nothing to me. It's getting more musical as the days go on.
Your bone structure looks great in this light.
Thank you. So let's take a reality check.
Sorry, your bone structure doesn't look great in this light.
My brain's going all over the place, but hey, nothing new. Have you heard that Japanese phrase? It's a Japanese proverb.
Go on.
Yeah, about we wear 3 masks in our life.
Go on.
So the 3 masks are the one that we show the world. So I would say that we're wearing that Japanese mask right now.
Mm-hmm.
The one that we show our family and friends. So that would be when the cameras are off and we're doing fact checks behind the scenes. And then the one where you're just alone. Okay. So I think in a sales environment, this can be, do you remember that slump at the end of the day? When you were probably like 25, you've had an awful day, loads of people have rejected you, and actually, you probably put that mask on and you put on a bit of a brave face in front of the team and you're like, yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, I'm absolutely fine. And then you go home, you have dinner with your family. Yeah, it was a bit of a hard day. And then you get into bed at night and you think, oh, it's sales for me. Am I cut out for this? Am I good at this job? What am I doing in my life? And we've both been there in that like 20-something slump where we're like, what are we doing? And I think for people watching this, it's okay to not know what you're doing or feel like you might be on the right path. It takes a long time to kind of figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
But what advice would you give to those people that maybe face that slump at the end of the day, or they feel a little bit like, I'm not sure if I'm on the right path?
We were talking about this the other day, weren't we? Sales could be seen as a self-development arc. And actually, if we're talking about the Stoics, the way they lived their lives, they had these really defined chapters of their life. You know, you'd be the athlete when you were younger, you'd be a scholar for part of your life, you'd be in the army for part of your life, then you'd go into politics for part of your life, then you go into philosophy in the latter part of your life and be able to bring it all together. Marcus Aurelius has got some bits in Meditations that have come from time he spent with an artist. You know, the famous one about the wilting branch of the olive and the foaming mouth of the boar, and knowing like you only know things at their best because you can recognize them at their worst. That's from time he spent with an artist, because part of his character arc was, now I spend time with an artist and learn about art. And if we went back to living like that, sales could be a self-development arc of your life. Because think about it, you know, we go through primary school, high school, how many people do we interview that you think, oh, no one's really taught you communication. You don't really know it that well, and certain questions throw you off. And for me, I wouldn't want to go through my life not mastering that skill and being able to communicate. So I think you can look at sales as it might not be forever, but what can I get out of it now? And if it's a communication skill, how can I make sure I master it and set myself up so that Jack or Zach in 40 years' time says, that was a good 3 or 4 years that I spent there, and that's been the foundation of everything I've done in my adult life.
That was really good. That was really beautiful. So what era would you say that you're in now, and why would you say you're in your difficult to be around era?
I'm in my just spring cleaning some friends era.
Living my best life. No, I thought that was really, really nice. And I think that...
Is that why you had to be nasty to me after?
Yeah, because if you're being really good on the camera, I've got to bring you down on the camera. Because otherwise you'll look better than me, and we're equals. Remember that. Camera
I want you to fail.
No, I think that was so beautiful. And we say it all the time that everybody works in sales. Actually, whether you're a doctor or a lawyer...
What about your dad? He doesn't work.
He doesn't work in sales. Being a dealer isn't working in sales. That's supply and demand, different job role. Do you remember when I went on that stag do? I've got a friend who's different to our friendship group. He's like educated,
Okay.
So he's like, and his friends are all accountants, lawyers, and teachers. And one of his friends was a doctor, and he got drunk and he was asking me advice, saying, I'm trying to convince people to give up smoking or lose weight. And I go in, and because I'm a doctor, I'm quite matter of fact and go, you're just going to die if you continue this. And people aren't responding well to it. And we were having a few beers and we were giving kind of each other advice. And I was saying, like, you've got to think about it from their point of view and understand them, and you've got to get them to come to the conclusion. So whether you're a doctor, lawyer, accountant, whatever it is, you are working in sales. And then I don't know, like I don't know if you've heard me say this before, but I think like one of the most important things is if you're at that slump at the end of the day, or you feel like you're in a bit of a rut. Nobody's ever died from cold calling. Nobody's ever died from
this before. Go on,
working.
this is quite innovative.
Yeah. Nobody's ever died from working in sales. No one's ever died from a cold call. And one day we'll all be dead. So actually, is it worth dwelling on?
So what are you saying? Like, remember you'll die?
I've been Jack Frimpston.
I've been Zach Thompson.
Remember you'll die.
Die you'll remember.